Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Straight Out the Basement. You know what I'm saying? We here with another artist. I got an artist. His name is
Mook Ali. You already know.
It's a pleasure having you, sir.
Hey, pleasure being here, my boy. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, originally you are from where?
Baltimore. West Baltimore to be exact.
West Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay. So how is West Baltimore? I'm from the DMV myself, but I don't really know the sides that much. You know, how is
it's all
West
pretty
Baltimore?
similar, you know, like all Baltimore pretty similar. I mean, you got, same like anywhere else, you got nice areas, you got fucked up areas, you know what I mean? But it be tough. I mean, you see a little bit more shit than you might see somewhere else, but that shit prepare you for a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you leaving there, you feel like, nigga, ain't nowhere I'm gonna go that's gonna be like, you know, nigga feel out of place or intimidated or some shit, you feel me? I done been in a lot of different areas and hoods, and it's like, that shit all just like, nigga, this ain't home, so it is what it is.
So you grew up in Baltimore?
Yeah.
How long were you living in Baltimore prior to like leaving, I guess?
All the way up till college for real. So like I was there until 2014. I went off to Howard and shit, you feel me? DC, you know, that's only down the street, you know what I mean? Went down there for a little minute, and then like I ain't actually like leave until like 2016 when I went to Texas.
Okay, so while you was growing up in Baltimore, what were some of the things you seen, you know, that you would say is kind of make or break you as a person?
Shit, just everything, like even from like within the family or just like shit that I seen around the city, you feel me? Like I done seen niggas my age and younger from like the time I can remember, like getting killed, getting addicted to this shit, you feel me, getting locked up, all that shit. But that shit niggas see everywhere. I done also seen shit where it's like some niggas make it out that motherfucker, you feel me? And it might not be doing what everybody think, you feel me? Like niggas be thinking you gotta hoop or rap or some shit. I seen some niggas just get money somehow, you feel me, whatever they doing, and get out. So it's like, I don't know, like just being able to see like when you trapped in that little Baltimore mindset, you only see like the hood, the shit that's just there in front of you every day, you feel me? You get out and see some new shit, you feel me? That shit kind of make you appreciate where you came from more, you feel me? Because like it's a lot of niggas back home that ain't gonna never get to do that shit, you feel me? It's niggas right now that's older than me that ain't never left Baltimore for real, so, you know.
Yeah. So when you was growing up, did you you know, get out of Baltimore every now and then? Like, how was your upbringing?
No.
Just in Baltimore?
Nah, I was lucky for real. I spent most of my time there. It wasn't like, no, oh, we gonna go spend a couple months here, no shit like that. But like, I did, you know, go places and shit. My family was lucky enough to be able to like get out, see shit, do shit, you feel me, every now and then. It wasn't like I was just stuck there all my life. But I ain't never really like get to like fully experience other cultures. It might be like we here for a week, we here for this, you feel me? Like, until I really got old and I'm able to be like, fuck it, yo, let's just ride out, let's just go somewhere, figure that shit out when we get there. You know, it was mainly just Baltimore up until then, but
I got you. The reason why I asked is because speaking to you, I can hear that you're from Baltimore, right, but you don't have like the deepest Baltimore accent. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a mix of Baltimore and, you know, other places, or just like a southern, you know, draw. So
it like when I was down in Houston and shit, I was out there for probably like 5 years. So when I start, like the longer I stayed, when I come back, niggas be like, yo, you sound country, yo, you sound weird, nigga. You said you turned into one of them niggas. But then when I go back down there, they like, nah, nigga, you sound funny. Y'all niggas got funny ass accents. Say you, say do, say two, all that other shit. You feel me? So like, it's like a little weird mix of it in that motherfucker. You feel me? I'm kind of just in the middle. You know, you be somewhere long enough, you gonna start to sound like them niggas.
Got you. So, as you said, you when you got older in 2014, you went to Howard University.
Yeah.
So how was that experience for you?
Ah, man, that shit was lit. That shit was busting. I ain't gonna lie. Like Howard, that's where it's at. For real. It was lit up that motherfucker. But I was wilding out, so you know that shit was short lived. But that shit was fun. Met the right motherfuckers out there. You know, linked up with some niggas that I'm still locked in with today. So that shit served its purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you kind of know the super producer crew,
you know,
that's moving around out here in Baltimore.
Yeah, that shit.
In Atlanta.
Yeah. And them niggas going crazy right now. And I wouldn't even known them niggas if I wasn't up there, you feel me? I mean, I probably would have linked with them eventually through other niggas, but like being able to like see where them niggas came from to like now, that shit just be beautiful just watching other niggas around you, like, you feel me, get what they been working for type shit. Like,
for sure.
Seeing niggas come from the bottom when we at Howard and watching niggas now and they name ringing bells out this bitch, you feel me? Like, I like that shit. Yeah.
So, what did you do in Howard that was so crazy where you say it was short-lived?
I ain't gonna lie, we was taking a lot of shit. I ain't gonna say I was taking a lot of shit. a lot of shit, you feel me? So
from people?
Yeah, just people, niggas, dorms, rooms, whatever, you feel me? Like, it was like a point, I think, like, somewhere spring semester with some shit that happened with me and another nigga. We ended up squashing it, so I ain't gonna dwell on it, but that shit kind of kicked me in the fucking mood. And after I did what I did with him, it was like, all right, bet, now everybody green. And being from Baltimore, you only 20, 30 minutes away, you feel me? Half these niggas from around the country and shit, it's like, nigga, what you gonna do? My niggas gonna get here before yours, so, like, go with your move, you feel me? So I started wilding out. I ended up getting put out the dorms, you feel me? And then my grades was fucking up because I wasn't never in class. I was just always on some shit, just moving, you feel me? Like, in something. And then once I got to the point where it was time to, decide if they gonna let me back in or not, they kind of was like, yeah, we just not fucking with this nigga. And I ain't even want to appeal it. I was like, y'all good. I'm gonna go home for a little minute.
Yeah. So, did they kick you out of the dorms at first?
Yeah, it was the dorms first and then the school. Yeah, it was the dorms. Like, I got kicked out of the dorm probably middle of spring semester and shit, my first year there. Then I tried to come back in. They chased me back out that motherfucker. And then when the end of, like, the semester shit came around, I really wasn't on academic, like, suspension, probation, none of that shit, you feel me? Like, looking back at my grades, I figured that shit out afterwards. Mm-hmm. But I just wasn't paying attention then. So when they was like, oh, nigga, you gotta go, you feel me? We gonna put you on academic something, you feel me? I was like, whatever, you feel me? Went home, went to community college for, like, a little semester. And I was just stuck in there for probably, like, another year. That was 2015.
What was you originally going for?
I was there for, I think it was audio engineering, audio production, something like that, you feel me? Like, I ain't never really... With the school shit, I ain't never really cared what I went for, you feel me? I was just trying to get the degree, you feel me? I'm like, your people be pushing you, that's all you hear growing up in our generation. Like, you gotta do something, do better than us. So, like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this little degree. I'm thinking I'm gonna get rich before I even graduate, you feel me? So I'm like, fuck that shit, we gonna go, make it happen. And then, yeah, I just ended up leaving there and going down to Texas and shit.
Okay, so did you finish school in Texas? Or
We just finished, you feel me? We just finished that motherfucker last year. I finished.
Okay, congratulations.
Took me a little minute, appreciate it. It took me a little minute with that motherfucker because, like, I don't know, like I said, niggas be going through little shit here or there, be getting distracted, but niggas finished that shit out down there in Houston, so that's why I fuck with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, did you have the same degree when you graduated?
It was pretty much in the same field. It probably wasn't the same exact concentration. When I finished it was radio, television, and film.
Bachelor's or associates?
Yeah, bachelor's in radio, television, and film.
Okay.
Yeah. So, some smooth shit. Man.
That's great.
I had to do something with it. We did that shit too long not to finish, so.
Yeah, that was one of my things that I had when I was in school. It wasn't the fact that I felt like I needed a degree, but I wanted to finish it for myself.
Facts. Like you gotta show yourself that you could finish what you started, type shit.
You gotta prove it to yourself, basically.
Cause that's all that shit is. That piece of paper don't mean shit. Don't mean you smart. I know some dumb motherfuckers with masters right now.
Big facts.
I ain't gonna lie, but at the end of the day, they just show a nigga that you can stick with whatever you start. You know what I mean? So yeah. I was like, fuck it, I can't be no bitch. We already started that shit. You know what I mean?
So now that you're a recent graduate, do you feel like, at least, do you have an advantage over people that don't have a degree, or like, what's your take?
Yes and no. It's like, in reality, it is a lot of like little jobs and shit that I looked at fresh out of graduation. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna go in here already at a higher starting level than a lot of the niggas here, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I ain't never been a nigga that planned on using this degree, you feel me? Like, I ain't never been a nigga that been like, oh, I want to get this degree so I can go into this field and get this job. Like, I knew from the time I was talking damn near, like, I'm a rap, I'm gonna do music, this is what I do, you feel me? I don't like nothing else, it ain't nothing else I'm comfortable with. So it's like, as far as just a rapper, it don't make no difference you telling nigga, hey, check out my mixtape, I got a degree, you feel me? They like, nigga, we don't care, you feel me? Like, is it hot or not, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it don't really make much of a difference with me and what I'm trying to do, but I mean, it could play a difference if I decide to go get a 9 to 5 or some shit for whatever reason, you know?
Okay, so do you feel like a lot of people, not just at your school, but in particular, feel like they just need to go to school and they don't really have a focus on like what they really trying to do in life? Because that's like most a real big thing now.
Most of them, if not most, like a very large percentage of them. Like, I know most of the niggas that I met that I'm cool with through school, they either finished or didn't finish. They not doing shit related to their major, and it's not like they pressed about it, you feel me? They not like, oh, I wanted to be a marine biologist, but I work at Costco. It's like, nah, them niggas don't care, you feel me? They like, it's just life, you going with it. Most of the niggas I know that went through it, same as me, they feel like they owe some type of obligation, you feel me, to the motherfuckers that got them there, you feel me? Niggas get you in a position where you able to do shit that they wasn't able to do or that they didn't finish on, and you just feel like, man, look, I'm here, knock out these little 4 or 5, whatever it might be, get at them, and then afterwards I'll figure out what the fuck I really want to do. If you lucky, you figure that shit out while you in the process of it, you feel me? If you blessed, you already knew that shit before you got there. But some niggas still trying to figure that shit out. I know niggas with masters is working at fucking clubs and brunches and shit, like bottle girls with master degrees, you feel me? Like niggas don't always know what they want to do, you feel me? They just figuring it out.
All right, I got a question that I kind of just started thinking about. Do you think a lot of people go to school to do music? Like, I've been talking about that recently. Like, a lot of people want to build their network, so you in school.
I feel like they realize that it's like a great avenue to push your shit through, you feel me? A lot of niggas get to school and then start doing music when they realize, or they think how easy it is or how easy it seems to them, you feel me? But I don't know, like most of the niggas I grew up with that was doing music, they ain't end up going to school, or if they did go, they went for a little short time, realized there was more to it than they wanted and ain't fuck with it. But like, as far as going to school for music or really anything the niggas trying to push, because you know nowadays everybody want to be famous, everybody want to be rich, everybody want to be trending, everybody want to be viral. So it's like with shit like that, I feel like a lot of them niggas is in the college world right now, you feel me, in that college phase where they like, look, I'm exploit this shit for whatever it is, whatever I can get out of it. And I mean, it's smart. Niggas been doing that shit forever, you feel me? Like, just you turn up at a college, nigga, you great, because they gonna take that shit back to wherever they from, you feel me? Like, every nigga from somewhere else, you taking it back to Philly, back to Louisiana, back to Texas, back to Cali, all that shit. So, I mean, it's a smart idea, but I don't really think that's what a lot of niggas is dead for. I feel like a lot of niggas just did either because they know what they want or because they just trying to figure that shit out.
Yeah. Okay. So how long have you been doing music?
Damn, as long as I can talk. Like, no exaggeration. Like, I think like one of the first gifts I remember getting like for Christmas is like a little notebook or some shit, you feel me, to light up, to write all my little shit in, because I always was just into sounds and music and instruments and shit. But I ain't start like taking it real serious until probably like I was 13, I think, the first time I got in the studio, you feel me? And after that shit, it was like, all right, bet. I'm young, I'm in the studio, I felt hyped. I'm like, nigga, this my shit now, I do this, I'm a real rapper, you feel me? So I just stuck with that shit since then.
So since you was 14?
Yeah.
Or 13?
13, 14 around that time.
Okay, so you like a good 10 years in now.
Yeah, you feel me? We've been doing this shit for a little minute, you know what I mean?
So now you recently moved to Atlanta from Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
That shit was different. Then my first time really like having to make like a cross-state move like on my own. You know, like when you in school, your people still trying to help you and shit, you feel me? So it ain't like you just thugging type shit. Coming out here, you know, starting over and shit, not really knowing nobody. Well, I know some niggas, you feel me, but like I ain't got no family out this bitch, nobody I'm like just squared away, locked in with. So that shit was a little different. That shit's expensive as fuck, but it feel good though, I ain't gonna lie. That shit it make you feel real prideful, like to have your own shit that you went and got on your own. You ain't had to ask for no help, you ain't do no financial aid, no none of that shit. You was just like, nigga, we gonna make it happen. So yeah, that's where we at right now. It feel kind of good, just starting over, getting a little fresh start.
So what made you move?
Really school was up. I've been in long enough. Spent like 5 years there. I realized I'm not a nigga that like to stay in one place too long, you feel me? I'm gonna get what we gotta do here, link with who I gotta link with, and I'm gonna move along. When I come back, if I did right, whatever I started should still be here, you feel me? So like, really, it was just time to go. I was on probation last year for some little dumbass weed shit, so I was ready to get the fuck out of there anyway, because I hated Texas with all their probation rules. And then like, I finally just had the money to do so. It was like, I was at a time, it was like, I got it. If I want to do it, I gotta do it now. So fuck it, let's come out here, start over, get this shit popping. And shit, if Atlanta don't work out, we'll be somewhere else in the next couple of years, you feel me?
Yeah, definitely. So tell me about your music. Like, you've been doing music for 10 years, but I like, you know, listening to your music and, you know, trying to redo as much research as I could. It seemed like you just started really releasing music in 2019, right?
Yeah, around that time. I could say before then, I had released some shit. So like, I had a little slight project I did when I was maybe 14, 15, put that bitch out on Dat Piff, you know, them old sites. That bitch got taken down a couple years ago for copyright because I was using other niggas' beats. You know, just learning shit. I had maybe a few shits on SoundCloud, a Wave, when I was just dropping shit. Like, every time I record, I would throw it out. But as I got, like, my manager and all that shit, my new manager, Nate, we've been rocking for a couple years now. And ever since I got with him, we kind of, like, realized we need to structure this shit, you feel me? So we started taking shit down, erasing whole profiles, deleting Instagrams. Like, we gonna build this shit up from scratch, you feel me? Make it look like what it need to look like. Not just a nigga who just figuring it out. But, you know, everything nowadays image, you know what I mean? Niggas want to see something cohesive. They don't want to just see a bunch of scattered ass shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to, like, just go back and start rebranding. So I say, like, 2019, 2020, that was the real start of us like dropping shit again, you feel me, like actual songs and shit, not just me freestyling over other instrumentals and shit, but like us putting out projects that we working on. And
have you put out a whole project yet?
Not since I've been a young nigga. Like I said, that first one was the first one I ever put out. Ever since then,
like a since you've been releasing music,
yeah, like an official project? We done finished projects, and then we got this bad habit where we move on and just be like, look, we on the next thing, because I'm constantly growing with it. I say, like, especially since being in Houston and being around so much different niggas and so much different styles and influences, it didn't really change the way that my sound is, like, damn near weekly. So it's like I might come up with 5 songs this week and be like, that's hot, let's drop it, let's put together a cover art, all that. And then my next week I got 10 songs that sound completely different, but they way better. And then we like, damn, now we don't even want to do that. Let's focus on this shit, you feel me? And then, you know, like I said, just with the regular life shit to come up and, you know, distract niggas every now and then. That shit been a process. But we ain't put out an actual project yet. The first project, it'll be here real soon. I ain't gonna put no date on it, but y'all can definitely expect that shit soon, you feel me?
2021?
Nah, definitely 2021, for sure. Guaranteed.
Can we at least get what quarter is dropping in?
See, I don't...
End of the year?
Nah. Sooner than later, I say. You feel me? Sooner than later. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, are you linking with anybody for the project? Like, how were you putting it together?
We got a lot of hands that went into it, you feel me? A lot of hands that I've been wanting to work with for a minute, that I've been building relationships with. Like I said, my producer, we was talking about my producer, Monty. One of the livest producers out of Philly right now, you feel me? He out here with me in the A9 too. And he did a couple beats and a lot of the mixing and mastering, a lot of the engineering and shit on that project. My boy Mad Villain back in Houston, you feel me? He one of the Rap A Lot engineers. He done did a lot of work on the engineering and shit as well. As far as producers, I got a little bit of Skate 08. Pretty sure if you in Atlanta, you familiar with that nigga. You feel me? That nigga been going dumb lately. Who else we got on that motherfucker? We got my boy Mo. He's a producer out of Chicago. Nate actually found him for us and shit. And that nigga cold as hell. So me and him been locking in on a couple songs, and just a lot of different, you know, personnel and people just coming together as far as like the structure of the album, what's making it, what's not, you feel me? Like, It's been a lot that went into it, but...
Curious, what direction are you going with this? Are you trying to stay, one, are you looking for a deal? That's one thing artists always emphasize, whether they on the label, they rep their label, or they have a dream label that they want to go to, or they just like, nah, I really just want to do the independent thing right now.
Me personally, I'm neither here nor there. It's like the independent shit is cool with me right now because I'm seeing how the team been building. I'm seeing how it's coming together, and like it's really like a beautiful process to watch and be a part of. But I'm not gonna be one of them niggas that's like, oh, we don't want no deal, we stand independent forever. Like, nah, it's really whatever the smartest play at the time. You feel me? If a nigga come to me with the right numbers for the right situation, you feel me? Like, when we feel like that's what's gonna work out for us, because it's always a team thing for me, since it's not just me putting in the work, you feel me? I got managers, I got publicists, motherfuckers working with me. I got just a whole lot of niggas that's putting in, you feel me? So it's like, whatever seems smartest for all of us, that's what we going with. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't really searching for no deal. I ain't turning down no deal just because I'm gonna stay independent forever. It's like, you know, it is what it is. If a nigga come at me right, then we might work something out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have any major features or any like features outside of your immediate camp that you looking, or people that you looking to work with for this project?
I got a couple. I don't know what I'm allowed to spoil right now, you feel me? Because, like, some of these niggas got little situations that they got to work out within they labels and then they camp and shit. So, what I say is you can definitely expect a couple on this next project that's coming out for sure. A couple that I've been real excited about, enthusiastic about. A couple new names. I ain't really big on the whole looking for big features. Like, I ain't never been one of them niggas like, I want to go stack up and cash out Lil Baby or Dirk and none of them, you feel me? Not that I wouldn't, you feel me? Them niggas live as fuck, but it's just like, I'm a nigga that like to work with the niggas that's gonna be up there when I get up there, you feel me? Type shit. The niggas that's already made it, y'all there. Y'all stay with yourself. Whatever y'all do, that's on y'all from here on out. But the niggas that I see coming up, you feel me? It's like the same level as me, that I know they gonna pop. That's the niggas I really like,
that's
favor working with.
Because I always talk to artists about that, right? And a lot of people are like, yeah, I want to work with the people that's on my level. But to upgrade your level, in my opinion, if you was to go reach out to a artist who's already established but not necessarily at the top,
right,
I think that's always beneficial to artists, and a lot of artists overlook that. Say like a Day,
right,
or you know,
right, somebody that's got their name out there, they foot in the door and shit, you feel me? But they ain't necessarily at their peak or like, you feel me, that climax shit.
To build with those artists that already had the knowledge of the game, and you know what I mean, already have a name and a following, and then you know, of course, stack his following with your following.
Right.
A lot of artists just want to start with people with no following.
Yeah, and I ain't necessarily there. Like a lot of niggas, at least the majority of niggas that I got right now that I'm looking at for this next project, you feel me? They already, like, kind of how you say it, like, foot in the door, you feel me? They been doing some shit. They name ring a couple bells, you feel me? Where they from, too, you feel me? It's just, they still a level at least where me and him can see each other kind of more on a peer level, you feel me? Where it's like, nigga, I might be doing a little bit more than you right now. My career a little bit further progressed along than yours, you feel me? But in terms of, like, I look at shit as far as just music. So I'm a real music head, you feel me? So I ain't really worried about the clout, the numbers, the streamers, none of that, nigga. Our rap level, is we close to each other? Like, is our song gonna sound like I washed you? Is it gonna sound like you washed me, you feel me? If we there, if we neck and neck type shit, them my favorite type of niggas to really build with. And it don't really matter too much to me whether you could be the hottest rapper out right now, you feel me? Or you could be a nigga that just started rapping yesterday. But it's like, I just like real music. I like real competition with niggas, you feel me? Like, 'cause that's the only thing I really did that I can compete with, you feel me? Or at least that I enjoy.
I can say out of all the features that I've heard you on, you probably got the best of just about everybody. Like, not even just because you're sitting right here in front of me.
Right, no, that's real, you feel me? I expect you to tell me if I'm not, you feel me? That's real. Hell yeah. Nah, because that's what the team gonna do, you feel me? They gonna let me know. I'd have had some motherfuckers come to me some days and be like, look, bro, we about to do the song with, what's the name? And you might want to get in your bag real quick. This ain't gonna be no little toss up, you feel me? Like, he might run you if you don't come correct, you feel me? And I like that type of shit. That's the energy I like, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's like if you were hooping, you step on the court, you feel me? You hooping with a nigga that you know, nah, I got him, you feel me? Like,
exactly.
Fuck y'all, I'm sticking him, you feel me? He not getting no buckets. That's how I be feeling on the song, you feel me? So it's always beautiful when I get to work with niggas, especially if they are niggas, like you said, that got a little bit of a platform, that know a little bit more about the game and how it's working, you feel me? Because I can learn and build off of that shit. I ain't never opposed to that. But it's just like, I don't like working with niggas that I feel like ain't up there with me, to be honest. Like, if I feel like your rapping ain't with my rapping at, bro, like, we don't need to do a song together, but we don't need to do my song together. We need to do your song. I ain't even gonna cap, like, because it's not gonna make the project. Nate an asshole. He gonna tell me straight up, that shit is not going on there. Like,
yeah,
that's just how that shit go, you feel me? And I'm gonna trust that nigga word on anything. Yeah.
So, is it important for you to really market Baltimore first, since you're there? I see, like, you got a lot of songs with other artists from your area,
right? And
now you out here and you building it. Like you said, it's so many people from different places, but a lot of people always try to concentrate on their city first. Obviously, that's not a priority of yours.
Yeah. I'm not pressed for the whole I'm from Baltimore stamp, because, like, at least for me growing up there, a lot of the music, like, always sounded similar to me, you feel me? And my sound ain't never really fit with that, at least, you know, to me. Like, when I play my shit for other niggas, you feel me, it don't just sound like another Baltimore nigga, you feel me? And it's like, the city, I'm always, you know, every damn this song I do, I'm gonna say something about the city, a little slide to them or something, you feel me? Like, cause I love where I'm from, you feel me? That shit built me. But it's like, I ain't never been pressed to just be like, oh yeah, Baltimore, we gotta put the city on the map, you know. Once I get where I'm going, nigga, we gonna get the city where they need to be too, you feel me? That's how I feel. Like, I'm always been a giving back ass nigga. But it's like, I don't know, I don't really like when niggas be so pressed for where they from, because it's like, it don't make no difference in how you built, you feel me? You could be from the toughest place in the world and be a bitch, and you could be from the softest place in the world and be big meats, you feel me? Like, it don't really matter, you know what I mean? Like, so I ain't never been pressed on just being like a staple for the city or a symbol for the city. So I'm just gonna be me, and whatever that shit end up being, that's what we gonna rock with, you feel me?
Yeah. So how is the music scene in Baltimore?
That shit tense for real. Like, right now, it's looking a lot better than it has in a long time, at least to me personally, you feel me? Like,
in what ways?
In terms of just like the talent. Like I said, like, I'm really big on just talent. I ain't big on how many niggas is hot at one time or who getting noticed and shit, but like the level of rap in the city, you feel me? Like, you know how at some points niggas like Atlanta taking over the game, then niggas like Detroit coming up, and then niggas like Memphis coming up. Like, in Baltimore, we ain't really necessarily on the map right now as far as like being known nationwide without rap, but what I can say is I done seen the talent level grow a lot. Niggas not just all sounding the same no more. Niggas not just all riding the same wave no more. Like, you got niggas like YG Tech, who really like going crazy right now. He just did the song with Pooh Shiesty and shit, you feel me? Like, and this ain't niggas that just stick with one lane, or they only trying to stay in the city. Like, they going out, they branching out with other niggas really trying to, I guess, give Baltimore more of a platform, you feel me? So it's like, I can definitely say it's a lot better more recently, like in the last couple of years, you feel me? That shit looking bright. I see some niggas that's probably gonna pop soon, you feel me? But it just a matter of putting in that work and sadly staying alive.
So why do you think they never popped? Like, I have a reasoning behind why every city is successful, but in your opinion, why hasn't Baltimore gotten that recognition?
I ain't 100% sure, but I know a lot of what goes into it is just the city itself. You feel me? Like it's a dangerous motherfucking place. You feel me? Like, and I ain't saying it's the baddest place in the world, but like we done had niggas like Lil Scooter. You feel me? Like fucking two clocks. All them niggas. Like just a lot of niggas back home who was supposed to blow, who get smoked, who get locked up, who get stuck on probation. You feel me? Who some dumbass shit happen, they get caught up with it. You feel me? Like after Scooter died, Baltimore really like that shit hit everybody. I didn't even know that nigga at all, but it's like everybody felt like, damn nigga, like. This how hot right there, cause that's the one nigga we was all out. You gonna make it, nigga. You out with Meek, you feel me? You getting shouted out, niggas flying you out. You doing shows, you getting money, you feel me? Like you putting on for the city. And then when he died, it just was like a constant reminder, like damn, bro. Sometimes you do gotta get the fuck out of where you at before you can really like come back and put on for the city. You feel me? Like that shit sad, but it's like, and I ain't saying that's what it is necessarily there, but every nigga who there know that's a dangerous motherfucking place to be. And the longer you there, the less likely you there to make it. So, I don't know. I can't necessarily say what it is industry-wise, whether niggas not looking there or not fucking with us, because there's rap niggas that fuck with Baltimore that be putting on niggas or trying to, you feel me?
No, because I go to, you know, when I'm in Baltimore, I do go to like a lot of underground showcases and open mics and stuff, and it's always packed.
Packed as hell.
You know what I mean? And I always like am curious of why.
Plus the networking out there, if you ask me at least, like it's hard for you to even network with niggas in a city that's so small and so fucking violent. Cause it's like you might go somewhere thinking I'm gonna just link with you. You could be doing the interview, right? We just linking up and shit. I get in here and start talking about one of my homies and shit. You like, oh, that's the nigga that we beefing with. You know what I mean? Like. And it's so small, everybody know each other, everything just so tight knit out this motherfucker that it's like, it really be hard to escape dumb shit. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of niggas just try to avoid it by not fucking with new niggas. We ain't gonna go work with this nigga if he poppin', we ain't gonna go link with this nigga if he hot, you feel me? That's why it be beautiful when I see niggas in the city that's working, especially niggas that got juice, you feel me? Or that just build their name. Cause it's like, that's what niggas is doing in other cities. Niggas is piggybacking off of other niggas' shits and putting each other niggas on, all right, you take this step, I'm gonna take the next one, you feel me? Niggas in Baltimore just like, nah, I'm gonna eat, and we just gonna eat by ourselves, and y'all eat over there, you feel me? That shit ain't gonna get niggas nowhere.
Yeah, Baltimore is definitely a crazy place. I went to an open mic one time. Not an open mic, a rap battle. And my homeboy lost a rap battle to a gay rapper. Hey yo, that shit.
I know like, he was sick as hell,
hey,
boy.
Yo, that was like the walk of shame. Like
I know he was sick.
He just came in and tried to freestyle, and the gay homie already.
Gay nigga was ready.
He was ready. Up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was hella funny, but
preparation, a motherfucker, boy. I swear to God, I bet you I ain't let that nigga lay that shit down to this day.
We ain't really clown him about it. And it was close. It wasn't like he blew out the order. Just wash his shit, yeah. He just came in on some freestyle shit, and Cuz was like, nope, already.
Niggas be underestimating niggas, shorty. I ain't gonna lie. Or niggas just be too confident in their skill, but I ain't gonna lie, I love coming prepared.
But my thing was that it was crazy that to see like a gay battle rapper. I don't got nothing against gay people or whatever, but it was crazy that like they accepted him.
Cause it's not common, you feel me? It's not something that's common. Like, or it's like widely accepted yet as far as like in rap and shit like that.
Is that like a common thing in Baltimore that had like it's like gay rappers that's out there?
I didn't met some. I'm not gonna say that they don't exist. You feel me? Like, I done met some or heard of a few. You feel me? Like at different shows and shit like that. Cause I was always trying to go to every open mic and every little shit I could get at.
Facts.
But like, I don't know. It's not as commonly accepted. So it's like I'm sure it's a community for that. Cause I didn't even seen like they got flyers at some of the shit where nigga pass out some shit. You feel me? Like we got an LGBT community open mic or poetry event or some shit like that. You feel me? And y'all welcome to come if you want. You feel me? Sure. So it's like I know they out there, but it's like I ain't never really seen when it's like popping or niggas fucking with or they supporting this nigga. You feel me? Like that's still something I guess niggas scared.
We was in the trenches and it was hood niggas in there like.
That's funny as shit.
It was hood niggas in there like them gay jokes ain't gonna work in here, and I was like, whoa. Okay.
Oh my God.
Y'all wow, but. It is what it is. Yeah. It was funny though.
That shit funny as hell.
But yeah. So what's next with you in the music, man? You got this project dropping this year. You working with your team. You know what I mean? Like any specific thing that you want to do. Like what's your goal?
Goal really this year just to expand the network. Like I said, it's my first year in Atlanta. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So with this project about to be done like in the near future and out in the near future, you feel me? I just want to be able to take that and expound off of that and start building my network with something reputable behind it. Like you said, like for the longest time, I really ain't been dropping. So for a nigga that, you know, hear me talk the way I might talk about my shit, And nigga, like, nigga, I can't find none of your shit. You got maybe 2 songs, you feel me? Like, what I'm gonna go off? I can't say whether or not you right or not, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's gonna feel good to finally get something out there that I know we worked on, that we put out all into, and then be able to go off of that and be like, all right, bet. Now let's work. Now who trying to work something out, trying to do something, get in the lab, whatever, you feel me? Like, I don't know. I hate niggas that be talking cocky and shit like that and they ain't got no way of backing it up. And I've been one of them niggas for a little minute lately, but I know my shit, you feel me? I know when it's out there, it's going to do what it need to do. So I'm just excited to get back in the network and get back into being out, you feel me? You know, COVID and took a lot of niggas' time away. Ain't really been as many open mics and shit like that. At least we from Atlanta fucking open all the time, you feel me? But back home, that shit was shut the fuck down. So it wasn't just no being
So even in Texas, when you was just coming from Texas?
Texas was a little bit more open too. It was kind of closer to Atlanta than Baltimore was. But you know,
recently stopped all like.
Yeah, they just stopped. And that's why I ain't going to fuck back there neither, because they talking about no mask, no none of that. I ain't fucking with it, you feel me? But Texas one of them loose ass states like out here too. But like, you know, I went home as soon as COVID hit. I'm like, niggas talking like that was the end of the world. So I'm like, I'm about to go to fuck home where I got food, where I got peoples, you feel me? I ain't finna be stuck with no book, you know, toilet paper disappearing and shit the first week. I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking with it. So I went back home. Then when I came back out of Texas, they was kind of locked down, but still like a little bit more loose than Baltimore. Then when you come to Atlanta, everything just open. Like, we went in the store and the nigga was like, I could tell y'all not from here because y'all got on masks. Like, that type loose, you feel me? Like, so that shit been a little bit different, but it just feel like it been like a hold up for me as far as like me being able to be out, be active, you feel me? So now that I ain't got no other distractions, I ain't got school, ain't like a nigga working right now, you feel me? I'm out here, I got my shit settled, my shit handled. I'm ready to get back like out there, you feel me? Like working type shit. So that's really the main thing for me, this shit, working.
Cool. All right, man. Well, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you blessing the platform.
Always, anytime, my boy.
You know, for sure.
Anytime.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Now we tuning out. It's your boy Marrico, Mook Ali, and we out of here.
Already.